There'll come a time when you're working with Visual Basic that you'll want to perhaps save a project file, email it to yourself, and then retrieve that project to reopen it back up on a school machine. So that's what this video will go through. So let's run through this example. Say we have the wage calculator project right now. The key thing and first thing to remember to do is to make sure you close out all of your files. So what you want to do is go into File, and then you will close Solution. And then what I even recommend doing is actually even closing down Visual Studio altogether. So what we'll do is then we'll go to that file that you created. So in this case, let's go into it was Dropbox, and this is on my folder, CISC 181, Visual Basic, and class. And then in this particular one, the project we were just working on was this one right here. I named it Credit Calculator versus Wage Calculator, but it's the Wage Calculator. So what you do is you go through the topmost level folder of this, and in this particular case, to create a zip folder, what you'll do is you'll right click, and then you will send to compressed folder file. And what this will do is this will create a zip folder for you. However, sometimes email systems won't allow you to send zip folders through for security purposes. So what you can potentially do is fly this under the radar by changing that name extension. So if you go to rename, if you change the .zip to .doc or .docx, what happens is you'll trick the computer into thinking that you're sending a Word doc instead, and this will work on most systems. So now what I'm going to do is I will email this to myself. So let's say I'll just send it to my school account. And then we'll do new email. And then again, I'm going to send it to myself. cccd.edu. Okay, I'll just put any subject down here, and I'm just going to throw something in here for that attached file. So we have to remember where we put it at. So let me fish it out of here. Visual Basic and class. And then this will be it right here. Again, it'll look like a .doc versus a zip. We'll insert that and we'll send it to ourselves. And then that should get there pretty quick, hopefully. Let's see, come on, email. So here it is right here. So now that I have this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save this to the desktop, and we'll work with it from there. So we'll save it to the desktop, and then once we get into the desktop, the first thing we're going to want to do is change it back to a zip folder, because remember we changed it to .doc to fly it underneath the radar here. I'll do .zip. I'll confirm that file extension, and we already have one on the desktop. So let me do this. Let me get rid of this guy. Okay, and then we'll redo it. So make that .zip again. Okay. Now once you have this .zip, if you click on this, it'll look like you can get in there, but if you do, you'll create issues for yourself, because even though it looks like you can get to the solution folder to launch it, what you have to do is you have to extract it first for Visual Basic to see everything. So the first thing you'll do is you'll right click and then you'll extract all. Now when you extract it, you're going to see that you're going to have a credit card calculator folder inside of a credit card calculator folder. So this is what we want to get to, and that'll be another credit card calculator folder. So to avoid having path issues, just rename this to anything else. It doesn't matter. And then now you're going to take this folder, the one that got extracted, and pull that back over to the desktop. Now when you do this, you'll be able to launch, and then now you'll see the solution file and the folder that has all the contents. And now if you launch your solution file, that should open up the solution, and you might even get something that says that, do you trust this warning? And if you get that, just say yes. And then once we're into our Visual Basic, we could just click on our form, double click on that, and then we're off to the races again. All right, so hopefully you found this video informative and it'll help you with your files.